Hey guys, so we're just going to do a oil and filter change. This vehicle's done 10,000 Ks. Call it a service if you like. There's not much going on. Obviously a bumper to bumper inspection, and the main things being replaced, or the only things really besides your washer solution, are oil and filter. So we're going to go ahead and do that. First remove your oil filler cap and your dipstick, and then raise the vehicle. Alright guys, once you've raised the vehicle, whichever way you're going to do it, whether you're jacking up or using a hoist, whatever you've got available, the next tools you need are a flat blade screwdriver and a Phillips head, large in size, to remove the under tray panel. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright guys, once you remove that under tray, as you can see, it was just two Phillips heads at the front and 6 90-degree twisty things with a flat blade screwdriver. The little clips come out and then the tray slips backwards a little bit. These vehicles are very easy to do an oil change on. From memory, it's a 17mm sump plug, and you've got the oil filter there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to obviously put a drain tray in place first. I'll confirm on the next part of the video if it was 17mm or not. There you go guys, as you can see the oil is draining into the drain tray. We'll just let that drain for a while and I'll come back to you with the next section of the video. Hey peeps, so what we've done at the moment is we have just let the oil drain. It's been about 5 minutes, and the oil filter, we've just cracked it loose with a oil filter tool. We're just about to remove that. So it just spins off. It's pretty straightforward. Obviously, once it comes loose, let the oil leak out. It's just dripping off now. And then once it settles, you can just carefully spin that off and expect a little bit more oil to come out. We'll go ahead and take that off and replace it with a new filter, a genuine Honda oil filter, which, if in case you didn't know, all the Hondas take the same generic oil filter, and you should be paying around about $18 or $19 from your local Honda dealer. Alright guys, so we've changed over the oil filter. The genuine original Honda one was darker blue in colour, and the replacement one was a lighter blue in colour, which is fairly standard. Just thought I'd note that for the video, and just so you know, there you go. You can let your oil drain for as long as you like. You're never going to get it all out. It's advisable to have the engine warm when you drop the oil, but not too hot, because it can be very hot and you can get burnt from the oil. So maybe a 10-minute drive was advisable, and maybe just let it sit for a good 20 minutes, half an hour before you drop the oil. And obviously it'll all be in the sump anyway. The main thing you want to avoid is running a cold engine, like starting it and stopping it, because all the oil will be thicker and it'll start at the top of the engine. So you can sit there and watch the drips for hours if you like. It's going to stop probably in about half an hour to an hour. For us, we do the oil every 3,000 Ks because we're a bit too fussy. We're not too worried about a few drips, so we're going to go ahead and put that sump plug back in, remembering not to over tighten it or under tighten it. So use the factory torque specs. You'll have to look those ones up. We've been doing it for decades, so we do it by hand. All right guys. Alright, so what we've done now is double check that the oil filter is tight by hand, or you can use the torque setting. I think it's about 14 Newton meters. You'd have to check that by hand. We've been doing it for decades. And the sump plug was 17mm. We've nipped that up. We spray a little bit of brake cleaner on it to get that last bit of residue of oil. We don't want any mistakes of thinking there's an oil leak when there's not, etc. We don't expect any oil leaks, so let's just keep it clean. So it's all clean, double checked. Always double check it. You don't want to forget to nip up your sump plug and have it fall out. Yeah, that'd be pretty stupid, wouldn't believe it. We've seen it. So it's time to put the underbody tray back on and lower the vehicle. Alright guys, so we've done a quick inspection underneath the vehicle. It's only done 10,000 Ks, not much to see. but that's what you're doing. Check your tyres, your brakes, quick inspection. This isn't really a service. It's a video just to show you basically how an oil change, how easy it is. Oil's the lifeblood of the engine. You just want to change it regularly, maybe every 5,000. As I said, I'll do mine every 3,000 because I think oil's a lot cheaper than engines. Anyway, we're going to remove the light and lower the vehicle. Right guys, so we've obviously put the under tray back on, finished inspecting the vehicle, and now we always pull the dipstick and the oil cap, put it on the bench before we drain the oil, so that way you're never going to forget to put oil back in if your oil cap and the dipstick is on the bench, hopefully, whereas if you left the cap on and the stick in, I don't know, maybe you could forget, or someone else could come along and start the engine or not know there's no oil in there because you had to rush off and whatever, and then somebody else decided to take the car. I don't know, I'm just saying for the DIYs at home, just make it obvious, leave the bonnet open and the cap off and the dipstick out. So obviously now we're just going to refill the oil. Now, again, just going from memory, I ain't a Honda specialist, but I reckon they take about, I don't know, 4.5 litres or so. Should check the book on that and see exactly what it is, but if anyone watches this video knows, and the specification in the book isn't always spot on, depends how much comes out, but if anyone knows what the book says, etc., feel free to drop a reply and let me know what it is. You know, I'm trying to help you, but maybe you'll end up helping me, even better. So, you know, these early day services every 10,000, I think at the Honda dealer are $300 and something. A lot of money for an oil change when you can get better oil on special at certain auto shops. I think this one I got here, it's the good stuff, full synthetic. What, it cost me 20 bucks or something if I remember correctly. It was ridiculous. I stocked up on it. So I got plenty of that. I've put about 4.5 litres in. Hope I haven't put too much in, but I think that's about right. We used a nice clean funnel, and that'll about do this video, guys. So there you go, that's your oil change. Get the funnel out, put the cap on, run the engine, check the oil level. Should be in the, we've got the dipstick here so we can actually show you. Should be in between the two dots. There it is there, so the two dots. Mine's going to be near the top dot. I prefer to have a bit extra there. Because, you know, with the performance of the engine revving blow by, you may use a little bit of oil. Alright guys, hope that's been helpful. See ya.